Good morning, Bulldogs. I'm Richard Liu.
And I'm Julia Vanderkolk.
And welcome to your BNN News Show.
This week we'll be showing you more on the cheer fund,
the Culver Cross Country Meet,
boat races,
PSAT,
the Mill Race Marathon,
the Trike Race,
and the homecoming football game. Here's more about the Firemens Cheer Fund.
The Cheer Fund was this Friday at the Columbus North Homecoming game. Here's more coverage on the event.
So this year we created the Cheer Fund by putting it in the newspaper and on the radio, and we also made flyers to put around school. The cheerleaders do it every year, so it's kind of just a tradition that we do for the football games.
My favorite part about hosting the Cheer Fund was helping with the box, and we put the wrapping on it, and then we had to put a sign to say it was for the Cheer Fund.
For the Cheer Fund, I donated toys, and I know a couple of my fellow cheerleaders donated toys too. I think it's just for a good cause, because there's not a lot of kids out there that have what we have.
The funnest part of it was that we got all the firefighters here. We had 3 fire trucks, and they all got to come and stand with us while we collected toys.
My favorite part about hosting the Cheer Fund was pretty much just seeing all the toys that got brought in for all these kids.
Our goals for the Cheer Fund was just to give the kids that needed help at Christmas, they don't get toys, so the Cheer Fund helps give them toys and give them presents under the tree.
The cheer season is going pretty good. I really liked when we did the Cheer Fund because it was just super fun. You just gotta get out there and talk to firemen and people like that. What me and the other cheerleaders got out of the Cheer Fund is that what you have is not necessarily what everybody else has, so it's good to give them a little bit of what you have to make everyone happy.
The cross-country team headed to Culver last weekend. See more about how they did. The Columbus North boys and girls cross-country teams headed to Culver last weekend for some heavyweight competition, running against schools from all different kinds of states. BNN spoke to girls varsity runner Anna Singal to learn more about the experience.
Well, Culver is just a really good experience for our team. We get to go up there overnight and just have a lot of really good bonding experiences, and we have a lot of really good competition there too, so it's just overall a really fun meet. I think overall that the meet went pretty well. We had really nice course conditions and we had really good weather, and we just had a lot of tough competition, but I think overall we did a really good job. So after the East meet, we start our tournament season, and I think we're going to do really well because we've been working really hard and we usually peak at around the right time, and I think we have a really good shot at doing well.
This is Richard Liu reporting from BNN.
The physics boat races were held on Tuesday of this week. Here's more about them.
The physics boat races were this Tuesday. BNN discussed the project with 2 of the participants. BNN sat down with Sam Sedgel to talk about his experience.
My favorite part about making the boat is probably the amount that I did and the lack of time and how well it turned out. It's taught me that it needs to be structurally sound, which my original plan did not include so many barriers to keep the sides apart, and it really helped that I decided to do those. My theme was Midnight Ride, and it's black with white stars to just have a boat ride in midnight under the stars.
BNN interviewed Harrison Ho to see what he thought about the boat races.
My favorite part about making the boat, probably thinking about what it would look like after designing it. It's taught me more about the buoyancy force of objects that float in water and the weight and mass of objects. My theme was actually a bathtub, sort of like bathtub shower type. It's got shower curtains and a nozzle. It's like half boat, half bathtub. Yeah.
This is Keith Wilson reporting for BNN.
The PSAT is coming up. Here's more information about registration.
PSAT registration has begun. BNN discussed the topic with Mr. Pemberton to find out more.
PSAT Preliminary Scholastic Aptitude Test, open to sophomores and juniors. Juniors have an opportunity to use that test. The results from that test qualify for National Merit Scholarship contention. That's a nationally recognized scholarship from the College Board. Sophomores can take it as well. And it's a great opportunity to see what the real SAT would be like. We would like the registration forms due next Wednesday, the 5th, payable in the bookstore. It's a $2 fee, so it's very reasonable, great opportunity. Test is October 19th. In the auditorium, periods 1 through 4, maybe into 5A. We have 500 tests, that's all we can test. That's all we have room for. And we'll give preference to juniors first. And then after that, it's who paid first. If you're especially a junior, but even a sophomore, if you want to see what it's like, go ahead. I mean, for $2, which is less than a lot of kids are going to pay for their lunch, you have an opportunity to see what the real SAT will be like. So it's a, not to sound bad, cheap preparation for the SAT.
Payments for the PSAT are due the 5th of October in the bookstore with a small fee of $2. This is Kobe Gray reporting for BNN.
The Mill Race Marathon was spread throughout Columbus this past Saturday. Here's more about it.
This past Saturday, Columbus hosted its 4th annual Mill Race Marathon. There were 3,617 finishers between the marathon, half, and 5K. The event started at Washington Street and went around most of the nearby downtown area for the half and 5K. The full marathon, however, reached all the way out to the municipal airport where the runners ran across the tarmac as a part of their route. BNN spoke to Colin Kloffenstein and Mr. Spock about their experience with the event.
Well, I ran it last year, and I just hope to get a better time. I played hockey, and I just ran whenever I could, like on my off days. I liked the events, but I didn't do as well as I hoped to because last year I ran the whole thing, and this year it was kind of just running and walking.
I've been running marathons for 15 years now, and just always like to stay fit and keep myself active. Yeah, I really think it's great. It's great for the community. I love going out there and seeing a lot of runners that I know, and having so many people on the course just makes it exciting and more fun to go through that distance. I was really happy with my result. One of the motivators for me this year were the medals that the students down in C4 had made for the top 200, and so I had set myself a goal to finish in the top 200, and I was able to do that.
The Mill Race Marathon is more than a race, though. It also raises money for companies promoting a healthy lifestyle in Columbus. Over the past 3 years, they have raised $210,000, and this year they hope to raise about $80,000. The Columbus Marathon has been and continues to be an integral part of Columbus's culture, bringing people near and far to show their athletic abilities. This has been Mark Alamano reporting for BNN.
The homecoming trike races were held last Friday. See more about them.
North's annual trike races were last Friday afternoon. BNN caught up with participants Maddie Grimes and Cayman Giles to hear more about their experience.
I've been doing track race I've done it all 4 years now, and this year our theme was Mad Dogs, just because we say that a lot during soccer. So we figured, let's get a bunch of soccer guys together, make a track race team, call it Mad Dogs. So we're a bunch of Mad Dogs out on the track race this year. This is my first time winning it. I was pretty pumped. It's good stuff. Happy it happened, but unfortunately it was my last year.
I participated in track race because my friends needed an extra person on their team. We did fine until it got to Peyton Russell, and he lost our lead. So we would have gotten first place, but we ended up getting second.
Favorite part about track race was the fact that we got out of school. Like getting out of school and being able to like sit out in the sun while we're not doing class, that's super tight. Definitely would enjoy that if we did that every day.
This is Julia Vanderkolk reporting for BNN. The trike races preceded a homecoming football game later that night.
The football team won their homecoming game last Saturday. Here's more about it.
Anxiety was running high during the homecoming game last Friday night, September 28th. For the players, however, the anxiety fell about 7 seconds into the game when the Dogs scored their first touchdown. During halftime, the Dogs were ahead with a score of 35-13. BNN spoke to Cortez Vila regarding his experience with the game.
How I think the team performed during the game. During the game, I think we did really well because we won. But since it's a game, we're not 100% perfect, and we had our ups and downs. But we still came with the win, so I think we did pretty good.
Columbus North's marching band blew away the crowd, performing both movements 1 and 2. Finally, the long-awaited crowning of the homecoming queen. After the nominees were driven along the track following the float displays, senior Amelia Bush was crowned homecoming queen. BNN inquired to Amelia Bush regarding her experience during the game.
When they said my name, I was just kind of like surprised because I wasn't expecting it at all. I mean, especially since Mitchell Burton was king, I was kind of expecting his girlfriend to win it just because, I mean, they're dating. But, I mean, it was a surprise. But, like, I remember my mom screaming in the crowd, and it was really embarrassing. But, I mean, I'm happy she did. Just, it made me a little more comfortable knowing she was there, and I had people cheering me on.
As the game came to a close, the Bulldogs won with a score of 59-13, rounding off the season with a victory for their last home game. This is Rachel Smith reporting for BNN.
That's it for today, Bulldogs. I'm Richard Liu.
And I'm Julia Vanderkolk.
Have a great weekend.
If you would like an announcement on the show, please email us at nhs_communications@bcsc.k12.in.us. BNN is a proud partner of CNHS Media at Columbus North in Columbus, Indiana. All music is provided by American Music Company.